Queen of Pentacles Reversed. The reversed Queen of Pentacles reminds us to stay in touch with the beautiful, simple things in life which are all around us. Find joy in the simple things: a sunset, a child's laughter, a good meal. This will help you keep your center. General. Sometimes this card refers to a dark-haired woman who is likely to play an important role in your life in some way. The reversed queen, however, more often appears to energies in our lives which need to be paid attention to, and in this context, it's mainly the issues around the home and what home means to you. Work. With regard to work, try hard to keep in mind what it is that is enjoyable, even in the slightest, about what you do. Sometimes when the reversed Queen of Pentacles appears, the only thing which you can control, or enjoy, in your working environment, is your attitude. If you cannot enjoy your work directly, see if you can bring some sort of enjoyment to the people around you. This can be a path to fulfillment as you are deciding what your next move work-wise will be. Love. In the context of love, even reversed, this is a very feminine card. It points to a need to focus on your home life, whether or not you are currently involved with anyone, and that to do so can improve your love life immeasurably. If you are single and seeking love, it is particularly important that you take the time and trouble to create for yourself a home base both in the mundane and in the friends and family that surround it, that makes you feel comfortable, happy, and cared for. This grounding may well attract the love into your life that you have been seeking. The old saw that you must love yourself first holds very true when this card appears. Finances. The reversed Queen of Pentacles carries a warning that you may be tempted to spend too much money on your home. A warm, inviting, comfortable home can be created with next to no money. In many ways it is the love and the other unseen energies which makes a dwelling into a real home. Don't try to spend your way into it. Health. When this queen appears reversed, you may be trying to take care of everyone else's needs without allowing yourself the time and space that you need in order to function well. Remember that loving yourself is an important part of loving the other people which are important to you. No matter how busy you are, you can find the time to focus on yourself, even if only for 3 minutes a day. And you must do so in order to be truly effective and loving and healthy. Spirituality. With the reversed Queen of Pentacles, it may be helpful to create, if not an actual part of your home, then some rituals that you do at home, to enrich your spirituality. This can be anything from creating an area to be used for meditation or contemplation, to beginning the habit of journaling occasionally. Even a gratitude journal where you write down a thing or two each day that you are grateful for. This can pay big dividends spiritually now. Tarot history. The history of the tarot is shrouded in mystery. Very little in the way of concrete information is known about its origin, although many things have been written about it. We will probably never know the truth, as fact and fiction seem to be irrevocably mixed nowadays. The tarot originated in northern Italy in the early 15th century, sometime between 1420 to 1440. Despite the fact that it is often attributed to originating from China, Egypt, India, or Morocco, to name just a few, there is absolutely no evidence that this is the case. Nor, as is often quoted, is there any evidence whatsoever that the tarot was brought to Europe by the Romanis. The name tarot is often attributed to being Egyptian, Hebrew, or Latin. This is not the case. The earliest names are all Italian in origin. The cards were originally called carte de triomphe, Around 1530 the word tarot began to be used to differentiate them from a new game of triumphs that was in vogue at the time. The etymology of this new word is unknown. The German variant was known as tarot and the French tarot. The symbolism for the tarot is drawn from the culture of medieval and Renaissance Europe. The tarot subjects are distinctive to European Christendom. The symbolism does not come from Egypt or any of the other exotic locales often mentioned. It is often stated that modern-day playing cards evolved from the tarot. This is not the case. Modern-day playing cards came to Europe courtesy of Islam. They were an adaptation of the Islamic Mamluk cards. They appeared quite suddenly in many different European cities between 1375 and 1378. These early cards had suits of cups, swords, coins, and polo sticks, and courts consisting of a king and two male underlings. The tarot adds the Fool, the trumps, and a set of queens to this system. Sometime before 1480, the French introduced cards with the now familiar suits of hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. The Joker is not original to either the early form of modern-day cards, or to the tarot, but instead originated in the USA around 1857 and was used as a wild card in poker as well as the highest trump in euchre. It is also often stated that the Catholic and Protestant churches outlawed the tarot and all who used it in an effort to stamp out so-called heretical teachings. This is not the case. The Inquisition documented what the Church considered as evidence of heresy in great detail. The tarot was not even mentioned. After the Reformation, less controversial images for the Pope and Papess were substituted by card makers as the Church had objected to the original images. It is often said that the tarot was not used as a divination tool prior to 1781. The tarot was used as early as the 16th century to compose poems describing personality characteristics. There is historical evidence that in one case at least these verses were presented as relating to the person's fate. In other words, divination. Divinatory meanings were assigned to the tarot in Bologna in the early 1700s, and this is the first unambiguous evidence of tarot divination. Ordinary playing cards were connected with divination as early as 1487. It is not unreasonable to think that the tarot was also. The tarot has often been attributed with being a pillar of Western esoterica occultism. This is certainly not the case. The first occult writers to discuss the tarot were Court de Gabellin and the Comte de Melot in 1781. The tarot was not mentioned in any occult work for the first 350 years of its existence. The terms Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, High Priestess, and Hierophant are anachronistic when referring to the older tarot decks. The historically appropriate terms are the Trumps and the Fool, the suit cards, Papess or Popess, and Pope. Likewise, Pentacles and Wands are relatively recent substitutions for the traditional suit names of coins and staves or batons. The original Italian titles of the cards were in some cases different from the later French titles that have become familiar to us through the Tarot de Marseille and its descendants. Also, the ordering of the trumps varied considerably in Italy, where the cards originated. It is not known which ordering is the earliest one. Even the number of cards in the deck varied a great deal. So care should be used in making statements about the original meaning of the cards based on the familiar titles and ordering. Many believe that the Waite-Smith Tarot is the original, standard, or most authentic tarot deck in existence. This is absolutely untrue. The Waite-Smith/Rider-Waite deck was created in 1909, not even 100 years ago, making it a relative newcomer in the almost 600-year history of the tarot. There is actually no definitive version of the tarot.